All right, gives me great pleasure to introduce the superintendent of Guajome Park Academy, Kevin Humphrey.
Thank you. Thanks for that wonderful introduction, and congratulations to each and every one of the students here. I too also want to take a quick moment to thank Brett for this event, and I want to tell him why I think this is so important. And it really comes down to the fact that a lot of the stuff that you hear in the news about our young people isn't positive, we as educators see the amazing things that they do from day to day, but that overwhelming tide of negativity that we hear can even affect us. This event has served for me personally, and I know many of the educators and many of the people who are not educators, who are in the business world or community members, really use this event to fill up their cups as a reminder that our students are amazing, that these people, these young adults are amazing and they're wonderful leaders, and we're going to be okay. We're going to be better than okay. And without an event like this, it doesn't necessarily, I don't know what would stem that negativity. So Brent, Chamber, thank you for all that you've done, and I truly appreciate this amazing event. I have the distinct pleasure to introduce Abraham Pulido. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to read an email. It's super small. It was on my phone. It was part of the nomination. It was an assistant member, Miss Kathleen Hamilton, who nominated her. And this is what she said. She says, this is why he needs to be here today. She says, this is from Abraham to Miss Hamilton. It says, I have a question on part B of the problem, and I'm not sure what it's asking. By solving, does it mean that the sum or find X? I don't know anything of what they're talking about at this point. Or you can explain tomorrow. Also, I really enjoy that you give me challenging questions, and I would like if you can teach me more mind-blowing advanced math. Maybe I spend 30 to 45 minutes after class. I just really enjoy difficult math. This is the type of thing, and this is the type of student, and this is the type of love of learning that we're trying to achieve at Guajome. And to be honest with you, it really is somebody that epitomizes what a rising star should be. So I'm excited to invite Abraham, his drama teacher, Mr. Canaletti, and his family up to share a little bit more.
Thank you very much. Okay, is this good? Okay. Now, here I have with me my parents and my teacher, and he is very problematic. I'll explain why. Now, I am here representing Guajome for the Rising Star, and as you see, I love mathematics. It's my favorite subject since I was a little kid, and I strive to get better, as you've seen from that email. It's just, to me, math is like knowing how to solve problems, but problems using connections through logic thinking. And all of this is like amazing. I find it amazing, that's why I'm good at it. But other than that, the way I give back to my community is or the way I did would be better, is learning calculus. Now, that email inspired me to learn calculus all by myself. I taught it to myself using Khan Academy and any other sources I found out there. This way, I was able to not only help peers, but also help them develop a logical sense of how to solve these problems. Now, one example I have for this would be Hannah and Amy. You don't know them, but I do. And they struggle a lot, but they are full IB students. They are under all this stress with all other assignments, and I am willing and I have the privilege to actually help them learn, and this is the way I give back to my community. But other than that, I plan on studying mathematics, obviously, but I don't know anymore because of this guy. Yeah. He's inspired me to look into tech behind theater, and especially sound. I'm in a stagecraft class, and I see everything behind the scenes, how everything is developed, how scenery is built, how cues are put in, how lighting cues. It's just amazing to see all this work, and this has inspired me to actually look into theater and give me another way and passion. But other than that, I'd like to give thanks to our Chamber of Commerce again, to all our sponsors for giving us this opportunity to not only have this amazing speech, but have this rising star moment for each and one of the schools. Thank you.
So thanks for having me. I am Paul Cantaletti. I've been teaching at Guajome for, this is my 20th year. The boys kind of stole my thunder a little bit because part of their story was going to be my story as well. But that might give you a little bit of the behind the scenes look at sort of what the process was. I've only met Abraham this year, as he has shared. And we do this cool thing at Guajome. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, the teachers have a morning meeting. So before school starts, for about 15 minutes, the teachers gather in a circle. It's just a standing, casual morning meeting, and it's very cool. We commiserate, we talk, we laugh, we tell a couple stories. But then there's a moment of teacher shout-outs, where you want to shout out your peers. And then there's a moment of student shout-outs, where you want to shout out your students. And then we do some general announcements. So it's the beginning of this school year, and Mrs. Hamilton, referenced in the email, steps out, and she says, I have a student shout-out. It's maybe the first week of school. I still barely know Abraham, right? I'm still getting to know my students. She says, I have a shout out for this student. His name's Abraham Pulido, and she tells the story that is referenced in the email about how this kid loves math. And my head just about exploded, right? The drama world is way over here, and the math world is way over there. And I said in the meeting, are there kids that love math? Is that like a thing? And so we laughed in the meeting, and everything was kind of fine. And then I remembered, I have Abraham. I have that kid in my class. I'm gonna go talk to him. We do this other cool thing at school where we greet kids at the school door every morning. So Abraham comes rolling up the next morning. And of course, I'm like, I gotta get to this kid, right? He's a math whiz. What's he gonna do in stagecraft? How am I gonna connect to this kid? So I pull him aside, and I give him a high five, and I said, Abraham, you got a shout out this morning in our morning meeting. And his eyes light up, because as soon as you tell a student that teachers were talking good about them, of course, they're gonna love that. So his eyes light up, he gets all excited, he says like, really, what? And I said, Mrs. Hamilton says you love math, and you do this for fun. You went and sent an email to her asking for additional work. And then I pulled him aside and I said, what's wrong with you, kid? Who loves math? Who does that? And he explains exactly what's in the email. I love the challenge. I love trying to tackle it. I love trying to work at those things. And it really inspires me. And I thought, wow, you're different, made different than I am, but that's great. So I'm trying to figure out a way that I can work with this kid. This semester starts to go on. And this is what I love about Abraham. There's two things. One is the growth mindset. It's a theme that Mr. Humphrey has instilled in our staff for about 2 or 3 years now. And we instill it in our students. Every one of our students can talk about what a growth mindset means. Abraham has applied that in the drama class. As you can see, a kid who was locked into mathematics and what his future might be has allowed himself to be open-minded enough to really experience drama and open his eyes and see what the possibilities might be in a class that's way over here on the other side of his mind, right? He's come and volunteered time with me at the Moonlight Amphitheater. He's sat next to me, he's shadowed, and he's done a lot of experience. He's gotten a lot of experience doing hands-on things that are opening his eyes to the theater world. And to me, that's very exciting. He could have been like many students and stopped and said, I know what my path is, I know where I'm going, but he's allowed himself to have that growth mindset and open his eyes, and then therefore something else has been, really exciting and really cool to him. It's one of the things I really love about him. The second thing, and I said this to him the other day, is he's a legit dude. And what I mean by that is, I shouted it across class. I gave a video example in class and the lights were all off. Abraham was sitting next to the light switch. And without even being prompted or asked, Abraham just turned on the light switch for me. And I thought, it seems like such a small thing, but he's so aware and so keen and so kind and so gracious and understanding of what's going on that he just did it. We just did The Little Mermaid at our school. and it's huge, huge production. Every single day, Abraham was the last person walking out of the building with me. He would grab the broom and start sweeping. He would do anything he needed to take care of business without ever being prompted, without ever being asked, without me having to tell him what to do. And I thought to myself, Abraham, your parents are amazing. And I even said this to him as we walked out. Your parents need to write a book, because whatever they have done in raising you is what every parent needs to do in raising their own kid. So, congratulations, Abraham. Translate?
She could talk and then he'll translate.
Oh, okay.
Good morning. Gracias por hacernos esta invitación. Gracias a cada uno de los estudiantes que están aquí. La verdad que es muy duro, es muy difícil para ustedes, pero se esfuerzan demasiado para estar aquí. Los felicito a cada uno y especialmente a mi hijo. Gracias por darnos este honor de estar aquí cerca de ti, disfrutando uno de tus primeros triunfos, y todos los que siguen. Yo espero que sigas echándole muchas ganas, y nosotros siempre vamos a estar apoyándote. Eres un buen niño, eres una muy buena persona, eres un ejemplo para tus hermanos. Te felicito.
Translation. I was too caught up in the moment. Okay. Basically, what she said is she is grateful for you guys. She is grateful that I was chosen for this Rising Star. She says that this is a crazy obstacle this senior year, and we have made it. And I forgot the rest. Thank you.
She said she was very proud of you, and I think you're a great example as well.